Hi, my name is Lisa Fuller. I am a triple diamond for a company called It Works Global. And today I just wanted to kind of tell you a little bit about my story, how I got into the business, and why this might be the right business for you and your family. Um, First of all, just a little bit on my background. I was a waitress for 23 years. I am a mother of 5 children, and I am married. And basically, about a year and a half ago, our lives didn't look at all what it looks like right now. I was blessed and fortunate enough to be approached with this amazing opportunity called It Works Global and this crazy thing called the Ultimate Body Applicator a year and a half ago now. And, our lives were basically probably look a lot like the people that are watching this video right now. We were suffering from the economy. Uh, my husband lost his job. He was in construction, and pretty much he was trying to find other things to do, but nothing was going to pay him more than it was going to cost for our youngest daughter to go to daycare. So we made the decision for him to stay home until he could find something, and I would just pick up more hours at work. Well, those weeks that I thought it would be turned into a couple years, and he was just not able to find anything decent. And I was getting really scared at that point because honestly, we had lost our house, we had our car repossessed. We were going into deeper and deeper debt, and I was making good money waitressing, but with a family of 7, it takes a lot of money to keep us going. And when one wrong, I would be fine. But when one thing in the month would go wrong, like if something happened to the car, which both of our cars were a mess, if something would happen with one of the kids or doctors or anything, it would throw completely everything off course. And we were I was at the definite point where I was wondering if anything in life was going to turn around for us, if this was it, if this is the kind of the cards we were dealt, and this is how just life was going to be now. And then the part that I call the amazing life transformation that happened for me is I went into work one day, and one of the other waitresses that I worked with was talking about this crazy body wrap that you could see tightening, toning, and firming and results in 45 minutes. And she said that the biggest side effect for most of the people that tried it, over 90% of the people that tried it, was inch loss. Well, immediately I thought it was just bull, that it had to be water weight, that how could this be real? And I dismissed it, but at the same time was pretty curious because obviously if somebody tells you, no, 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 it's not water weight, it actually stays off, it's a magic wrap, I was really intrigued by it. And I wanted to know more. But at that time, she was selling her wraps for 25 bucks, and I was like, I can't afford that, so whatever. And she was pretty adamant about it and said, I'm just going to give you one. You've got to try this thing, it really works. And, I worked in a place where I was a bartender and a waitress, and most of the girls were, at least 10 years younger than me. And I was always complaining about my love handles and um, stretch marks and things like that. So she's like, you got to try this. It will get rid of your love handles. And so I took this wrap and I got in my car that night and I threw it in the back of the car and actually forgot about it, which I could just kick myself now because if I would have tried it, I could have got it started even sooner with the business. But my son was cleaning my car out as a punishment. And believe me, if you know what the state of my car was, you know that that was a punishment. And he brought it inside the house and was like, Mom, and he held it up. And if you've ever seen one, it's just this plastic thing in a plastic pouch. You wouldn't even know what it was if you um, ever saw one unless somebody told you. And he was like, Mom, do you want me to throw this away? And I was like, no, it's free. I'll try it. Try anything free. So I had placed the wrap on, and she didn't really give me a whole ton of information about what it did. I just knew that she said, put it on, measure yourself. And at that time, I didn't know to measure 3 areas. I just measured 2. And measure yourself before you put it on. Make sure you mark yourself before you measure. Put it on. Put a piece of saran wrap around it. Hold it in place. And she said, you can go work in it if you want. Well, it happened to be that I had like 3 days off in a row. It was a really rare occasion. It was like a holiday or something. And I put it on and ended up going to the grocery store and cooking dinner. I had it on for a couple hours, and I actually felt that I was getting bigger in this thing. And when I took it off, I remeasured and I had gained like 5 inches. So at that point, I was like, well, this is crap. I was really pretty mad that this thing had just made me fatter, and I threw it in the garbage. And that was that. I was like, well, I was just taken. I'm glad I didn't pay for it. And 3 days later, I was getting ready for work, and I went to put on my jeans that are always tight, that my little muffin tops hang over the side. And when I pulled them up, they were loose. I pretty much could have used a belt. So at that point, I grabbed the measuring tape out of the bathroom drawer and measured myself, and I was down 6 inches, 6 inches from my original measurements from 3 days ago. And I walked out of the bathroom with just my bra on and my jeans, and my husband looked up from the TV and was like, "Where'd your buddies go?" And that's what he calls my love handles. He's always called them that. He thinks it's cute. I don't, of course, but he always has. And he was like, "Well, what happened?" And I'm like, "It was that rap." And he was like, "Are you kidding me? It was that rap? Lisa, are you serious?" And I automatically saw the wheels turning in his head, and I was like, "Whatever you're thinking, get it out of your head, Barry. I am not selling something. First of all, everybody I know is broke. They're in the same situation we are. And second of all, I'm not going to be one of those pushers of a product on someone. I have a couple friends that were in a home-based business. I always felt obligated to buy something. They were always begging me to have a party, and I didn't want to be that person. So I got ready, went off to work that day, and when I came home 7 hours later, he was still in front of the computer researching the company. And he was like, "Lisa, I can't find nothing bad." He was putting in rap scam. He put in, went to the Better Business Bureau. He couldn't find anything bad on the company. And then he said, which kind of really stopped me in my tracks. He said, "I found that the company has supplements too, and that they have some supplements that help with diabetes." Well, then I kind of perked up a little bit because he has diabetes. And we had been struggling with his diabetes for a couple years, and just literally within the last 6 months of us signing up into the business, he had gone in the hospital a couple times from complications from the diabetes. His blood sugar was well over 500. And the medicines that he had him on, he started on one, then he had to get on another one from the side effects of that one. And they were doing nothing. They were doing nothing to help him, just making him grumpy and constipated. You'll get mad probably that I'm saying that, but it's true. And that's not a happy man right there. So we had kind of already been looking for an all-natural alternative. So I thought, then I started researching the company a little bit, and I thought, you know what, I'll sign up, because it was not a high cost, and I'd seen so many of the testimonies from other people on how much these products were working for them and what they were doing for them in just so many different ways. So I thought, you know what, I'll just sign up, maybe have a little party, get some people under me, and it'll pay for our products. Because at that point, I wanted to try the products for his diabetes, but we didn't have the money to throw out there. And even though the two products that we needed for him were only $50, I didn't have $50 to do that. So I thought, I'll get some customers under me and we'll pay for the product. Well, the first week we got our products, the first week he was on two of the products, the greens and the Fat Fighter, his blood sugar was lower than it had been in 2 years. So I was excited about that, and I was just telling everybody we knew about it. His dad has diabetes, and some other family members, and I was just telling everybody, just sharing it. And I was sharing, "Oh my gosh, you should see my stretch marks, and I lost 6 inches." And I didn't even have to sell this thing. Everybody was coming to me. One person would try it, then somebody else would call, and they'd hear it from 10 people. And the first month, I was just rapping people and telling people about it, and I was signing people left and right, and I didn't even realize I was making money. I was just having fun. Um, and we got our first check in the mail, and it was $600. And I was floored. I was like, "Are you kidding me right now? I just made $600. And all I did was have fun and share something that's just amazing, and it's working for everybody that I give it to." And then the next month came, and it doubled. And then the next month came, and it doubled. And 5.5 months into it, I got my check, and it was $7,000. So that's the point where I was like, okay, I'm quitting my waitressing job. I don't have to do that anymore, because waitressing I was making on a lucky month. I mean, if I was lucky and I was working 60 to 70 hours a week with doubles, I could maybe pull in $4,000. So at that point, that's the point where I decided to take this way more seriously, and I quit my waitressing job and I started to put more time into it. And That's kind of been history from there. It's a year and a half later, and we've doubled that since then. By the end of summer, we are on track to maybe double again. And just at this point, where we're at is unbelievable to me. And I never in a million years could have dreamed that this could ever be the life that we have. Um, now what's more rewarding for me is that I can actually tell my kids yes. I don't have to say wait till Christmas. I don't have to say it's not in the budget or we'll have to see how things pan out. I can actually do something with this and get them what they need, and not a generic form of it, but actually what they want. And but the best part of this business for us is that we're helping other people do this physically, financially, and changing lives. I always knew that I wanted to make a difference in this world, and asking people whether they wanted regular or decaf wasn't cutting it. I knew that this couldn't be it for me, and the night before that this opportunity happened for me, I remember thinking, please God, send me something, anything, a sign. Can something happen to pull us out of the situation we're in? And this came into our lives, and it's just been such a blessing. And in the last year and a half, I can't believe how many people I've seen cry in 45 minutes because of their way their stretch marks look. Or people text me, oh my gosh, thank you so much. My husband's finally off his diabetic medicine. Or thank you so much. I just lost 50 pounds. Or thank you so much. My daughter's off her ADD medication. You name it. I'm sleeping through the night. It's just been the most rewarding thing. And at this point where we're at in this business, if I never make a dime more, if I stay where I'm at every month, we are better than we've ever been. We're making more in 2 months now than we both made together in a year. And I'm telling you, there's nothing else out there that could possibly do what this business is doing. The one thing that I need for anybody watching this to know is that if you're in a situation that you just feel like you know what, there's a saying that if you got to be so uncomfortable in your current situation to actually make a change, because people are afraid of change. I was, who's not? um, but this could be the opportunity for you. Not only do you get to change your own life, but you can't change your own life until you help people change the people underneath you. The people that come into the business, you help them. And that's the most rewarding part about this, is that every person that comes in, I find out what their goals are, what their dreams are, and that's my main focus, is making them come true. And then the reality of things, my check grows because of it too. Life should be like that. I mean, what kind of job, you're making the CEO of some company somewhere rich while you're just getting by. In this company, you can't go anywhere till you help the people below you get there too. And that's what I love about it more than anything. And like Barry, my husband, he always says, if we don't ever get a dime more than we're making now, all we want to do now is help other people do what we're doing. And anyone can do this. It's just an amazing once in a lifetime opportunity. Anyone can do this. We just got back from our conference, our local or our convention. It's a convention conference that they have once a year for the company. And I couldn't believe the people that were getting on the stage and the different stories and the lives that have been changed by this company and these products. But there were people that somebody didn't even graduate from high school. There were waitresses. There were aerospace engineer and his wife, who was a counselor or a psychiatrist or something. I couldn't believe that they had basically stopped doing what they were doing. Obviously, they were making good money, but they just wanted to be home. They wanted to create their own destiny. They didn't want to have to work their fingers to the bone to be able to make money and stay home and give a life to their children and create a legacy. So, that's the major thing with this business. And the other thing too is that there's so many businesses out there that I think that people can look at to get into, and I have a newfound respect for home-based businesses, because I just think that that is the way to go. If you can find the right business at the right time with the right product, you can really make a difference in your life and the lives of other people. And that's what we're doing with It Works. That's what we're